welcome to the Christmas edition of Bearing It All. My name is Ugochi Okore and I am excited to be your host. Now, when we talk about Christmas, what comes to mind? Some people will say Christmas trees, some people will say Christmas shopping. I love that part, Christmas shopping. Some people will say Christmas carols, some people will say giving, some people will say exchange of gifts, some people will say, oh, the birth of Jesus Christ. Some people say, oh, I sit down and I remember all the love, of Jesus Christ over me, over my family. What comes to your mind when you think of Christmas? Today with me, I have a guest who is so much about giving. She loves to give. Talk about birthdays, and just before you wake up, you will just see somebody at your door bringing balloons and gifts. Please help me welcome Mrs. Chioma Shirley Fapole. Hi, Chioma.
Hello.
Oh, you're already laughing. I'm happy that I'm getting you to laugh. Okay, Chioma, that one is fake.
Okay.
But good to have you on the show and welcome to this show.
Thank you for having me. I am so honored.
Thank you. So tell us a little about yourself.
I am Chioma Shirley Fapole.
Okay.
I am a wife, a mother, an entrepreneur, and I love people and I love God.
Wow, I love that part. I love people and I love God. Tell us a little about that love for people and, a little about the love for God.
I am one of the fortunate people to have been loved by strangers. I don't know if that makes sense, but I got to know God on another level. I got to know God as love, and then I understood that I have been loved all my life. Yeah.
I hold on to that love, but tell us a little about your family.
I have two wonderful, amazing children.
Okay.
Children and my husband. My extended family. Okay, I'm the first of 5.
Okay.
We're 3 girls and 2 boys, and my mom, my dad, they're alive, thank God.
Thank God.
And yeah, that's them.
Okay. So, you were talking about love.
Yeah.
And, today we're going to be talking about, giving. Okay. So I'm thinking it's your love for people and your love for God has awakened that very aspect of you giving. You give and you give and you give. Tell us what giving means to you.
First of all, I'm amazed at the fact that people actually think I give.
Okay.
Because I don't even consider myself as someone who gives enough. What was the question again?
Okay, just tell us what giving means to you.
Giving means to me, giving is something that comes from within. Giving is joy. For me, it's something that is freely done. For me, it's something that I don't know how to explain it. It's just a natural thing. Aside from that, it's something I learned as I got to know God more. When I got to understand that Jesus loved us so much. God loved us so much that he gave. And Jesus himself, while he was on earth, everything that he did, it was said that he went around doing good. He was giving healing. He was giving hope. He was giving joy. He was giving lessons. Everything about him was given. So when I got to know Jesus, I got to know that particular side of me on another level.
So would you say that's what drives your giving?
Yeah, definitely. It has to be God.
Okay. God. Can you tell us what drives your desire to give? You said something. You said you don't even know that you give. But I'm sure people, always tell you, oh, Choma, you're always giving. You give, and you give. What drives that desire? You've talked about, God being, the reason why you give. Is there any other desire why, you give?
Two quick stories. The first story is my personal story. When I was 9, I was growing up as a tomboy, and we had this neighbor, this lady, older lady, and she saw me bouncing, like with all my energy and all that, and she just called me and said, after school every day you will come and see me. So I was like, okay. And she would, I had flair for using my hands, making hair and stuff like that, and she would say, make my hair. And she was losing her hair, so I would make coconut oil at age 9, and I would, massage it into her hair and then weave her hair. And she would look at me and she would say, wait. She would talk to me in a very kind, gentle manner. She said, I'm going to teach you how to walk. And aside from teaching you how to walk, I'm going to give you shoes. So at age 9, between 9 and 12, I was personally taught how to catwalk.
Wow.
By an older lady who took it upon herself to do. And not only was I taught how to walk, how to stand, how to become a lady, I was giving, she would give me stuff. She would give me shoes, she would give me clothes. My mother didn't understand the friendship. She was so uncomfortable with it. And by the time I turned 12, the lady died.
Wow.
It was when she died I realized she had cancer, so she was losing hair. And when I think of it now, I think of the fact that even in her pain, she chose to give, And she told me at that age that don't hold on to anything too tight. If it's of so much value that you can't let go of it, then it's not yours.
Wow.
So from that point, I learned how to share. I learned how to let go. You don't have to ask too much, because she taught me how to realize and say, if it's easy for it to go, it will definitely be easy for it to come back. And the other story is Dorcas in the Bible. I'm absolutely thrilled. Like I always say that when I go to heaven, that is one person I want to see. Like you can line up and see Jesus, John the Baptist, Moses. I want to meet Dorcas. I want to meet this woman who gave so much that people say you're not gonna die. Like you won't die. You must live because of how you gave. And I want to, ask her a few questions. These people, were they annoying? Did they reject your gifts? Was it easy? How did you do it? I want to know. So that story, that short story of this woman who was brought back to life just because of her gifts is one of the things that really, really touches me and inspires me to give.
Talking about Dorcas and meeting her and asking her some of the questions that you mentioned. Yeah. Why will you want to ask that question? Because I'm thinking it must be deep.
Well, clearly, I have learned that just because you know how it's done doesn't mean that who you're doing it for will appreciate it. I have learned that on the journey of giving. I've seen different reactions to giving. And honestly, I am grateful for all those reactions because they've taught me how to do better and to do more. I've had people absolutely reject the gift, not because they don't need it, it's just because it's you. I've had people reject the gifts because they don't feel that, they don't know how to accept. They feel that if you're giving me something, you must want something, and I don't want to give you anything back. So some people don't know how to accept gifts. So I have learned that those kind of people shouldn't affect me. It affected me so much because I'm like, I don't want anything. I just want to give you, but I've learned that it shouldn't stop me from the assignment that my life is about.
So sometimes when you give, people think you're giving them something because you are expecting something in return.
Like I said, I was fortunate to be taught how to give and how to receive, especially how to receive. Some people haven't been taught how to receive. Some people expect whatever it is that they're going to get to come from a particular place, not from you. You know, some people expect that whoever is going to I'm laughing because I remember this story that of a friend of mine, and she's single and she wants to get married, but she won't go out, she won't meet people, she won't engage in anything. And I told her, don't worry, the person will, you know, like a superhero, just smash the person that will marry, just smash through your door, wow, break all the glass and ask you to marry him. Don't just, you know, calm down. So why I say that is that for some people, they expect that thing that they're praying for, that they're desiring, must come in some super
magic way.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, they don't expect that God can send somebody, you know, to be the person to bring that thing that they need.
So you give and you give and you give. How is your giving funded? Because all I hear, oh, Shirley gave, Shirley dropped balloons here and there, Shirley did this, Shirley did that. How is it funded?
Well, I always say that if you give, you know how they say that givers never lack. So I totally believe that when you give, you would always have. I do things business-wise in a way that I get to connect with people. So it's not it looks sacrificial, but because I totally enjoy it, it's part of my budget. Like if I'm going to make this amount of money this month, this amount is allocated to gifts. If this is going to come to me, this amount is allocated to gifts. Okay, let me tell you a personal testimony. Like a year ago, of course, at the beginning of the year, I'd intended to buy makeup, you know, but I had already earmarked the money for that. Like this year, every makeup that I'm going to use is going to be inside this amount of money. I'm not going to go out of it, you know. I'd made a budget of it, but someone was in need and I gave the person the money. By the middle of the year, somebody gave me 2 boxes filled with makeup.
Wow.
Which means that in the next 3 years, I may not need to buy, I may only need to buy an eyeliner, which is my story.
Yeah.
You know, this includes even my toddler spoiling 4 lipsticks, breaking 2 palettes. It doesn't affect it. I still have 2 boxes full of makeup.
Wow.
So I earmark it every year. Like
I should come to you because I need to receive something as well.
no, definitely. You want to receive?
Yes.
Okay, close your eyes. Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
It's closed.
Are you sure? Okay.
It's closed. Can I open them now?
Yep. It's right here.
And I got something, guys. You came prepared.
Of course, you're going to give me something at the end of the show.
Yes.
But I'm not giving you something.
You see why I said she's all about giving. Giving. Thank you so much. Wow. Do you know, I was just asking. I wasn't expecting anything.
But that's the joy of giving. The fact that you are not expecting.
Yes.
So your reaction is real.
I wasn't
that is the joy that I get when I see that you weren't expecting it. It's like an answered prayer. You pray yes, but then you weren't expecting it, and you know that it is totally God. That's momentary joy is what I get from whoever I give something to. I've had people receive and bring tears. Like I cried. I started crying because of not their words, but the way they received it.
Yeah.
And you know that joy that you experience from giving. If you can take yourself back to that moment in your low days, you will rarely have low days. Because you would see faces of smile, of pure joy. And once you start to just have recollections of that, you know, you take yourself out of that place into a better place.
You know, a lot of people will say to me, I want to give, but I really don't have enough. And I'm thinking, do we need to have enough to be able to give?
No. There's so much you can give. You don't have to give a thing. You can give a message. You can give music. You know, when I met my husband, our first Valentine, we were not going to spend it together. And all he did that day was send me love songs. You know, for someone like me who loved music, I was just screaming. It was like every 30 minutes there was a song. Every 30 minutes I was like, oh my God, this man has killed me. I've already said yes, you know.
For somebody like you. Well, I love music, but send something else.
No, something else. No, because of that joy. No, you can't even imagine what came.
No, I know.
No, I love.
It's in the little things.
No, I love gifts, but you see the fact that he decided to give me something that wasn't in a box. It wasn't wrapped. You know, it's that.
Yeah.
Someone sends you a link of a worship song on a day that you are totally low. Your spirit is uplifted. You will never forget that. You look around your house, as cute as this sign is, it might not be a big deal for you. It may not cost much, but stop at somebody's house, press their bell and give it to the person. You'll be shocked at the reaction that you will get. Whatever you want to give is around you. You can give of yourself. I remember when I had my baby girl, and this lady came. She was pregnant. She came with somebody else. I said, we're going to help you put things. Do you have things you want to put in the storage? Of course I have things I want to put in the storage. I just had a baby. I need to create. And that was what they did. When they left, I knelt down and I cried because that was what I needed. You know, and I prayed so hard for them. It was just that deed. So you can give a thought. You can give a prayer. You can give a deed. You can give your physical presence. Then you can give the one that you like, the package. You know,
I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. Giving can be anything, and we are in the season of giving. Now, I have another question for you, Shirley. You give and you give. You know, I just love saying that to you because I want to remind you of that. You give and you give. Do you have any reservations? Any reservations at all?
I won't say I don't, but rather than saying reservations, I would say I have learned a lot from giving. I've learned that some people won't accept it now. Some people will be rude to you. Some people won't acknowledge what you've given. You know, some people don't think that this particular one, don't think that what you're giving, no matter how expensive it is of value, because the price of something is totally different from the value you place on it. So there's some people, no matter what you give them, it's not of value, you know. So I could hold back and say I have a reservation, I'm not going to give. But instead of doing that, which I'm so grateful to God for, I've come to a place where if they react that way towards my gift, I have learned to re-strategize. I have learned to go back to the ultimate giver himself to find out, how do I reach out? What does this person need? I had someone that 2 years ago I gave something to, and they were like, why are you giving it to me? What's this? I think, what do you want? And I'm like, no, I don't want anything. What's this for? And I'm like, no, I just felt that, you know, we're all mothers, and at this time you want to be appreciated, and I just felt you should be appreciated. Why me? You know, why? Another point in time I was a bit weighed down, like all these questions just because I gave, you know. One side of me is like, don't collect your thing back and I give it to somebody else. But another side of me just kind of felt her pain and felt her unworthiness to receive a gift, you know. So I gave it to her. I said, don't worry, I just thought of you. I made a list and I put your name on the list and I just want you to have it. But if you don't want it, please give it to somebody else who would appreciate it. And she was like, okay, thank you. And that was it. And
Chioma, sorry, I don't want to lose this question. Should anyone feel unworthy of receiving a gift?
yes. It depends on their background. Our stories are different.
Okay.
Our stories are different. If you've suffered constant betrayal, when you see trust, you may not know it.
Yeah.
Your antennas are high. You're thinking it's coming. Betrayal is coming. Oh, is this the style you're using? You just want to come close to me so that you'll betray me again? So it depends on our background. If, for me, I learned from that particular person. Maybe everybody around her has always given her something to give. And that was how she was going about it. Give, you know. I didn't stop. I kept giving, and every time I gave her, she would just feel like she must give something. But in fact, there was one that was so bad. I gave her, and right there, she quickly brought out something I gave. Like, you know, she just felt that giving was an exchange. But this year, something happened. It totally broke her to the place that she just realized that is who you are. You know, I have to stop trying to give you back something because you don't even want it. And right now, our conversations and our friendship is in a better place because she's let down her guard. You know, yeah, different people, different backgrounds make them react differently to giving. Yeah.
Okay. So what do you have to say to people who are struggling with giving? A lot of people struggle with giving. A lot of people struggle with that. What will you say to people who struggle with giving?
You say, you know what they say to us that time? You are very stingy. Why are you stingy? Wicked. You know when they say share your meat with your sibling, you're a wicked person. No, now really seriously. If you're struggling with giving, you need to learn to let go. It is a thing, you know, that's what it is. Something. And the moment you hold on too tight to anything, the day it slips out, what's going to happen to your center? What's going to happen to you? I totally believe that you can start small. Just give. And give in a way that you don't expect, because that's when it comes to you. It may not come exactly like I'm giving you this cup. It might not be a cup. Yeah. It could be a house. It could be a pebble. It could be a fridge magnet that will come out of the seed of this cup. So if you look at it as sowing sparingly, just giving, just blessing, of course, it's going to come back. That's why you must do it. You must do it.
What are some of the things, you know, this is Christmas season and people love to give, you know, what are some of the things that people can give to their loved ones, to friends, neighbors, and, you know, people around them?
First of all, especially with this, the way this year has been, give contact. Call someone, reach out. Sometimes you don't have to say anything. You can't, I'm telling you, if you call someone and say, I just want to hear you breathing, you will break the defenses, you know. Give contact. Give, surprise people. You can give, go back to the little things that we can give. Give contacts, give messages, those text messages. Make sure they are personalized. Don't forward all those pictures and upload their, you know, fill up their phone with the same picture 15 people are giving. No, please. Personalize it. Call someone. Send a voice note. Let them hear your voice. And, you know, give those little things that you don't have to spend money on first. Then go and get something and give someone. And make sure you give someone who is not in your circle. Open that circle up and look for somebody and give the person. And don't give the person because you're expecting. You know, wrap up gifts. Let this year be the year where we gave more than, you know, we thought. You know, we may not be allowed to enter people's houses, go in front of them like my children do when we take walks, which I've been begging them we're not doing again. We knock on everybody's window. They'll be asking, Mommy, do we know somebody here? Do we know? Why don't we know somebody on this street? You know, so we knock on the window, they will jump, Auntie, Uncle. So because of them, I can't even quarrel for a long time with anyone. You know, even random neighbors we look at, they go, hello. So, you know, give that, you know, there's
give
nothing.
a wave.
Yeah, give a wave. Not press the bell. You don't have to enter the house. I just came here to say hi, and you go. You've just given joy. You know. Yeah. Let's give those things that we don't think are important anymore. Let's give them. Let's come back to the basics.
Thank you so much. Finally, before I let you off the hook, apart from giving, Mrs. Fabonle, what else do you do? You weren't expecting that.
I do a lot. Oh my days. I think it was yesterday that I sat and thought of my life. I do a lot. I actually do a lot. Even even when I think I shouldn't be doing things, I'm doing something. So what do I do? I'm a mom. I am a balloonist, if that's the word, and an events planner. I love parties. I love seeing people happy, so I like to put together things like that. Yesterday I just realized that I like Joy Ministries. Some people like Helps. I like Joy. We should actually have a ministry called Joy. You know, so I like where people are happy and celebrating, and you know, so I like meeting new people. I like decorating places. I like planning events. I will make your space a happy space. And I love makeup and cosmetics, which is also a Joy Ministry, because it is I like making you look happy and, you know, just getting your face done. And yeah, I'm body shop at home consultant. I'm with amazing styling. I'm a decorator and event planner. I'm an author, finally, of several books. It's a miracle.
Yeah,
you know.
I think we'll need to bring you back to tell us, you know, all about that.
I'm excited.
But thank you so much for coming, Chioma, Shirley. Well, whichever one, but I prefer to call you Chioma.
It's all right. It means good God. So every time you say Chioma, you're praising God.
Thank you for coming on this very edition of Bearing It All. Thank you so much for coming. You know, your coming is also giving, because you're giving us your time. Thank you so much. Before we let you go.
Oh my God!
Is this the real one?
Let's finally get this. Can I do my dance now?
Thank you so much. So we have a beautiful gift for you to say thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You know when you see this thing?
Yeah.
Everybody just collects it and then they do it like this.
Yeah.
Can I actually look at what is inside?
Yeah, you can peep. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay now. Oh my days. It's very useful, you know. I got mine.
Thank you so much for coming on the show, and enjoy your Christmas. And
totally
remember to give something. Well,
I'm a Christmas baby. I'm sure you didn't know that.
Oh yeah,
yeah. 22nd.
Oh
yeah. So
yes,
I am giving and receiving.
Happy birthday to you. Thank you so much for watching the Christmas edition of Bearing It All. From all of us, we want to say Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year to you all. God bless you and see you some other time. Thank you and bye for now. Bye.